Welcome back to Outdoors with the Morgans. It is another beautiful day here in Pennsylvania. It's cold, but it's nice. I am warming up the excavator right now because we're going to head out in the woods and knock down some trees, and we got a lot to talk about today. So this is a great day to do this. Nice and cold, no mud. A little bit of mud where I'm digging these stumps out. But it's amazing, it was so dry for so long. And we had a bunch of rain. And it's actually wet, you know, down in the ground a little bit. Just a few weeks ago, it was bone dry. But it's only about 20 degrees right now. I think tomorrow it's going to warm up to like 34, and then the following day it gets pretty cold again for a while. I mentioned the other day I watched that Ryan Hall on YouTube. I think he is without a doubt the best weatherman out there. So many of them just want to, you know, they'll pick one model that shows a snowstorm just to get clicks, and they'll hype it all up, where Ryan Hall's like he's professional, and he is obviously really into what he does, and I appreciate that in anyone that's good at what they do. Doesn't matter what it is, and they're passionate about what they do. I met a guy yesterday, and I'm going to get him on video. He's a really, really interesting guy. Really, there's so many cool people out there, you know? A couple weeks ago, I broke something, and I needed it welded. And I could have, like my buddy Adam or even Tom, Concrete with the Hosses. I used to weld years ago. I don't even remember how. I mean, I'm sure I could get started again. You just get too many other things going on. But anyway, I was looking for a welder, and I go online and I find this guy just maybe 3-4 miles from me. I ran out there in the middle of the day, and all I needed was a pin repaired. It was no big deal. But he was nice enough, just said, hey, just stick around for a little bit here and I'll take care of it. Well, I had a little something else that needed fixed, and I left it there with him. I said, I don't need this right away. And he said, okay. So he called me, and he stopped over, and I got to know him a little bit better. But he's a heck of a welder. He builds he does like funny car frames and roll cage. He does everything, but railings, drag cars, and all kind of stuff. Can build and fabricate all kind of stuff. And he does a lot of framework on old cars and trucks. So while he was over, I asked him about the Highboy. A lot of people have been asking about the old Ford Highboy I have. It's a 1970. And it's a good truck. It is. Everything works on it. I had a few concerns about the frame on it. And he checked it all out, and the frame is actually much better than what I had thought it was. It's good. Just needs cleaned up a little bit. The dump body on it is in bad shape. I originally thought maybe just try to find a bed for it and make it original again. But this guy that I met yesterday, he said he could build me a really nice, you know, nothing crazy, but a nice little dump body for that truck. So I think I'm going to invest a little bit of money into that truck. And before, I didn't know what I was going to do. But since the frame's good, it runs good, needs just a little bit of body work, but I think I'm going to get a dump body made for it, get the frame cleaned up, and a little bit of body work and maybe a paint job, and I think it'll be a really, really nice truck. I do. And then I need to get antique plates on it as well. That way you don't have to get PA state inspection. I think it would pass. It'd be close. It depends where you take it. You know how that goes. But yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that. And when I go over there, I was telling this guy about our YouTube channel, and I said, if you don't mind, when I come over, we'll get you on camera, talk a little bit about what you do. I mean, he's got all kinds of stories. The guy's been around the block a time or two. He, I won't spoil it, he was a power lifter for years. He's like 70 years old now. But like at age 52, he's got the state record for bench press. He's into all kind of stuff. You know what I mean? And I love people like that. So we'll be meeting him here in the near future. Oh, one of the things he's going to make me right away, I'm going to make a, he's going to make it kind of like a log rack that you would see on a log truck, and I'm going to use it for slab wood off the sawmill, where I can just throw the slabs in it, be like a yoke, you know what I mean? And then be able to get in there with the forks and lift it right out, maybe 42 inches by 42 inches high, put a few pockets underneath of it so I can move it around with the forks, and I can also bundle up, or band, I should say, band the slabs up, and you know, we can put a small price tag on them and maybe we can sell them. Everybody gets so worked up when I burn them, but nobody comes and gets them for free. So I think if I band them up and make them look presentable, I might be able to get rid of them. So we have a lot of sawing to do on the sawmill this winter. It's and firewood cutting. At times I'm afraid I'm turning into a log collector and not a log sawyer. I got logs everywhere. I'm getting more today. These will all be firewood poles here. But this morning, I wanted to tell you, I had to run out for a little bit. Right before it got light, actually, I went out. Had to run to Rural King and pick up a few things. On the way back, had 2 near road rage incidents. It gets worse every day. And it's not like we live just outside of Los Angeles, California or something where you might expect that more. But the first one, I'm coming down the highway, and there's maybe 200 feet between me and the car in front of me. You know, no sense getting in a hurry or right on them. Well, that was not fast enough for the work van behind me. He passed me in a no passing zone, going around a bend, and like just cut me off and pulled right in front of me and in between me and the car ahead of him. I drive 3 more miles into town and he's 5 feet ahead of me. So he was in a big hurry to go nowhere. And then the next one, this one was ugly. I was getting ready to turn onto my road that comes up to the house, and there's a turning lane, right? Well, I put my turn signal on. I just start into the turning lane, right where the yellow line takes you over, and right beside me is a car. This guy went into oncoming traffic. There are no cars coming, but he went in the wrong lane to go around me to get onto my road faster than what I did. Really big hurry. I will admit, I may have been a little angry, but just for a minute, and then I caught myself. Thought it's not worth it. mean, part of you wants to just like, I won't get into that, but you get angry, but you just have to, I don't know. Like I told you last couple weeks ago, Melissa saw two guys my age rolling around on the highway fighting over some road rage incident. So when I leave, I just put some Christmas music on the radio and enjoy myself and ignore the crazies. Speaking of crazies, did you see that Hunter Biden has been pardoned? I kind of saw that coming. I mean, although Joe promised time and time again he wasn't going to pardon him, I think Joe, you know, that was before Joe thought he was going to be the president again. And so, yeah, Hunter Biden is pardoned. And the most interesting thing is he pardoned him for a time frame where he wasn't even charged with anything yet. So that kind of tells you something. The whole way back to 2014. That's when he got that job with Burisma in Ukraine. Boy, it's a nice day to be in a heated cab. It's so deceiving. You look out the window and you guys see it on camera. It looks beautiful out. You know, it looks like a 50-degree day or something. It is not. But I'll be anxious to get the old highboy fixed up, man. That'll be really nice. I was telling that guy that was here yesterday, I said, you know, it's funny, I've got a 23 Ford Lariat with all the bells and whistles, but I enjoy driving that highboy way more. No power steering, no power brakes, pretty basic, but I enjoy driving it much more. Seems like we're all into nostalgic things that remind you of what we think was a better time or something. I don't know. But I grew up in the 80s. I graduated high school in 84, so late 70s, 80s. It was a great time to be a kid back then. In a minute here, we're gonna go take a little hike. Out of the corner of my eye there, I caught several, looked like decent buck rubs from this vantage point right here. We're still seeing lots of deer. Melissa went out the other night, saw 2 buck, didn't have an opportunity. It was quick, real quick, and some doe. But I might go out with her this evening a little bit. And then I think the West Virginia ends this Saturday. I'd like to get back down there. Well, regular rifle season. I'd like to get back down there maybe someday this week. There's a little bit of snow down there. Erie, Pennsylvania. A lot of people have been asking me where all our snow is. That's a good question, but just about an hour and a half north of us, or 2 hours, I guess, is Erie, PA. They got pounded. Like, there's places that got 4 feet of snow up there. It's that lake effect. This time of year, if the winds are blowing right, they can really get the snow. Because the lakes aren't frozen yet. That air blows across the lakes, picks up all that moisture, and just dumps it on those people. I had a buddy that lived in Erie, and I remember the first winter he had up there, he said, oh, it's not too bad. Well, they had a slow start. A couple weeks later, he sent me a picture of his yard, and he said, like, his picnic table was out there somewhere. Like, you couldn't see anything. There was just feet of snow. This will be good. I'm definitely gaining some more real estate here. And first thing in the spring, I need to reseed all this, the whole thing, real heavy. The deer have been hitting that winter rye pretty hard. There's not a lot left. I mean, it still looks pretty good. but I need to get something growing here and established to help prevent that Japanese stilt grass from coming back in. All right, got a couple little trees here and a giant stump to come out of the ground. Little maple here. That one will go right down. Nice day to be in a heated cab. Several stumps right here. A little fogged up in here. Oh, if you guys haven't checked out daughter Eva's channel, you should. It's just Eva Morgan, and I'll put a link in the description and pinned comment as well. But she was uploading videos kind of randomly. I mean, she got a lot going on, but she made a goal to publish a video every day in the month of December. I watched her first one this morning. She did a good job. But she's in college and she's doing like a personal training license or certificate. She's into the gym stuff quite a bit. But yeah, it was good. So I'll put a link if you want to check that out. She does good. All our kids do good. You know, we were very, very blessed with our children. Never any real trouble. Levi in high school was like I was in high school, but they're all good kids. And like I said before, I give all the credit for that to Melissa and Hunter, because Hunter, having an older brother with autism like that, all our kids were a little bit more mature than their years, if that makes sense. I think that has a lot to do with it. was dumb. I cleared hundreds of trees out here, hundreds of stumps removed. Didn't break anything until now. That one big cherry stump, it was all dead and kind of busted apart. Well, I was yanking one side of it, and I got this fitting right here, and it's leaking really bad. So I need to get a hose made. Good news is it's just a short one. $85, that's my guess. Because of the fittings in that 90, we'll see. We gotta go get some tools, and we'll take that hose off, go get it made. You know what? I may have got lucky. We're gonna see here. Yep, I got lucky. I thought for sure I broke his fitting. I must have just hit it just right. All it did was break it loose. Tightened it up, not leaking. Back to work. right, things are coming along. It's amazing in just this little area right here how big my brush pile is. Now, a lot of that stuff has been dead and on the ground for a long time. It's real punky, kind of rotten, but there's a lot in here from some storm damage. But yeah, that's quite a pile right there. What I'll do, I'll wait till conditions are right, and then I can use the grapple on the skid loader, gather that up, find a good place to burn. Getting a little bit of firewood here. I split this one pretty bad when I pulled it off the stump. I thought it was cut all the way through, and I just grabbed it with the excavator, but that's all firewood anyway. Real squirrely. Right now the hunt man's ready to go somewhere, so I'm gonna head out for a bit. But you can kind of get an idea what I'm after here. I'm leaving this maple here, that cherry there. I got some wee little dead locusts all through here, and we'll just clean all this up in here, take out a couple of those little ones, and then in the spring we'll be able to seed all this and kind of expand this area right here. But anyway, don't forget, check out daughter Eva's channel. I'll leave a link in the description for that. And also, Firestarter will be available this coming Sunday, 8 a.m. Eastern. I will mention it again in Sunday's video, but if you want, set a reminder for that. We sold a lot last time and sold out in 8 hours. And I said we weren't going to have it again till first of the year, but a lot of people didn't get it. So we'll have it again this Sunday. But I think that's about it. I appreciate y'all being here, and I will catch you on the next one.